We here!
Yes, sir!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 6ixYardBox podcast. This is episode 86, and today we're going over the United and Arsenal game yesterday. We're going over all of the recent happenings in the Premier League and around Europe.
Wow.
We're previewing the second legs of the round of 16 of the Champions League going on in a couple of days, and we're going to try not to focus on the Sidemen charity match, but for a couple of us here at this table, it's going to be hard.
Yo, shout out Sketch, bro.
Shout out Sketch,
Shout out
man.
Speed,
Oh
bro.
my
Shout out my
God.
boy Chris MD. Always shows up in the YouTube All-Stars team.
The goat of YouTube
I'd
charity
say.
match football.
I'd say. Some people think Baker's up there, like Theo Baker.
Nah, I'm
But
more of
after that injury, he was never the same.
I think it's Simon. I think Simon clears.
Yeah, but I'm a Chris MD truther. He'll never not be on my good
Chris
side.
MD dick rider.
Okay.
You.
That was a bit.
That's you.
That was kind of
a little rude, no?
aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Usually,
I'm Simon all the way.
okay.
That's why.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a rivalry there too?
There is a bit. Yeah.
There is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like anyway.
Noah Beck that
Interesting.
one year.
He did show up.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He's actually Noah Beck. Have you guys seen that? He's in that Sideline movie.
Yeah, the not my name
So,
quarterback.
Yeah. I just know that director.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
like personally.
Yeah.
Get
Met
you
him
in-
once.
Get you in
He's-
the sequel.
Met him once. No, I wish. No, he's a cool guy.
Blake is the
He's super
cheerleader?
talented. What?
Huh?
What do you say?
Blake as the cheerleader? Why not?
They pay me, I'll do it.
There you go.
Anyway,
I'm joined by the famed actor across from me, Blake Talibus, and to my right today, since I'm actually in my normal spot, Antoine. How are you
So
doing?
I'm just Antoine and he's the famed actor. Cool. I'm doing good, guys.
it's like when Kate introduces all the people on this
Yeah.
on the Golasso show. Or no,
Star 6YB editor.
Okay,
Antoine.
that's crazy.
What?
Am I the Star 6YB editor?
I'd say so.
Okay. When it comes to rankings, I feel like I'm just second.
No,
I digress.
1A and 1B.
There's only two of you.
1A, 1B.
Okay, 1A, 1B. I like that.
Yeah.
You're still B.
I'm still 1B.
No.
I'm doing good though. Had a decent little weekend. Great week of footy coming up. And
Is it?
Brother.
what?
I mean, you're already through.
Yeah.
So.
And on top of all of this,
Mm.
Blake is now realizing that Rodrigo's a better player
Oh
than
my
Saka.
God! Why are you doing this? We're not doing.
It's just
No.
crazy to bring
No.
up in the first 2 minutes of the
Okay,
show.
so quickly, we have new development. Rodrigo this season. Oh, stats because Rodrigo's done in the Champions League and he scored a hat-trick in the Champions League. He has more Champions League goals than R9, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Rodrigo in the league this season has played 24 matches, 6 goals, 5 assists. Okay, that's all right. Bukayo Saka. So what is that? That's 6 goals, 5 assists. That's 11 goal contributions in 24 matches. Bukayo Saka in 16 matches. 16 matches.
Yeah.
10 goals, 5 goals, 10 assists.
Okay.
15 goal contributions. That's a goal contribution game.
Yeah. Do you see where I'm coming from when I say that
Can I?
assists today are crazy overvalued? People hype up assists as the holy grail of football stats, but if you actually look at the assist itself, and especially Saka, I can use as a prime example.
How? In what sense?
How many corners has Saka assisted this season?
That's
for
a
Arsenal?
terrible
Can I
argument.
give context?
That's such a
before
casual
we
argument.
get
I'm
into
just
the screen
saying a
match?
lot of people bring up assists. I'll let you speak. A lot of people bring up assists as the holy grail of football stats, and if you have assists, you're doing good. There's so many examples where players have gotten assists. Sergio Busquets on Messi's assist. Like, you can get credited for the assist, but not actually provide a great pass that would get you
Yeah.
the same
Mhm.
assist.
You can
Yeah,
also get
Busquets
credited
assist,
for a
yeah.
goal that bounced off your ass.
Just saying, assist is like people are praising it much more.
You can also get credited for a motherfucking goal that bounces off your ass.
I think
Same thing can be said.
Just shooting a ball on net and scoring in the Premier League is
And
probably a
the-
little bit harder than passing to someone.
And
who
the
does
corner
that.
thing is not a good argument, in my opinion, because you still have to put it in an area.
I agree
And
with that.
taking
It's
corners is a
easier
skill.
than most assists.
Not really.
You have if you're a good dead ball specialist, it's
and why again?
you just hit it into
but
a,
see, you're
into a
changing the
general area.
goalposts. You're knocking
How?
him for being good at something.
Yes.
That's not how it. That's exactly the reason why I get so angry. We just talked about how he has more goal contributions, and you talked about goal contributions for him having a hat trick and R9 stuff. Wow. But then when it's Saka, the goalposts are moved. Oh, it's corners, so it doesn't matter. It's always something with Saka. That's what I'm saying.
So
Always. And you prove my point time and time again. There's always something that he, it's corners. It doesn't matter. Oh, he plays in an Arsenal team.
So some people listening are like, what the fuck has this come from? All right. We don't have everybody listening to every single episode. For the people that don't know what they're arguing about 5 minutes into the show already, last episode, we were talking about Rodrigo's goal against Atletico. And in that conversation, the debate between either him and Saka was brought up. You think Rodrigo's better?
I
You
know
think
Rodrigo's
Saka's better.
I know
He
Saka.
I'm
thinks
on the fence,
Saka's
but
better.
now, a couple of days later, I'm probably more that Rodrigo is better. We have since clipped that up, put it on our socials and stuff. It's gone a good pair of eyes on it. On Instagram in particularly, we ran a poll. It got 11,000 responses, and 91% of people take Rodrigo in this debate. So Blake, are you saying that like those 10,000 people are wrong? Because among the comments too, you have this guy saying, as an Arsenal fan, Rodrigo is better.
Sure.
As a Barcelona fan, Rodrigo is better. These Arsenal fans, man, with a laughing emoji. Rodrigo is so underrated while Saka is overrated.
How many goals do you think each of them has scored in their senior careers at their... We won't count Rodrigo Santos' career. How about that? So at Arsenal and at Real Madrid, how many goals do you think each of them has scored?
How about you tell me, Blake?
68 for Rodrigo. 256 games. All in the attacking positions, I think it's fair to say. No? I think that's fair to say, no?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think you're trying to drive this to a particular.
Oh, and Bukayo Saka playing at left back for the first 3 years of his career. 67 goals in 250 matches. So in one less game, he has one less goal. You want to talk about goals and assists?
They're the exact. I thought this was gonna be like
Yeah, I
Saka
thought you were
has
gonna-
way more goals and assists, and that
But
was gonna
you
be like
think
an
he's so
ironclad
clear.
conversation.
You're
mate.
saying that there's
yes.
such a discrepancy, and I'm
Yes,
telling
mate.
you that he has more goal
So-
contributions. I'm telling you that he has more goal contributions this season. His goal per game ratio is better than Rodrigo, and Saka played at left back for the first 2.5 seasons of his career.
So let me ask
So
you this.
what are you going to say against that? What
Let
are you
me
gonna
ask
say?
you this.
Oh, sorry, he scored against Bournemouth, and
Do
that's
you
not a good
think-
team. So
Do you think if Saka goes to Real Madrid, if Saka goes to Real Madrid this summer, do you think he bags more goals or less goals in that team? Say
More.
they
More goals.
swap places.
I think he bags more goals because it's a better team.
I actually think he bags less goals
Okay.
because he wouldn't be the main man with the same responsibilities on Real Madrid versus the main man that he is for Arsenal.
Moving the goalpost.
How?
But that's logical.
Sure.
Because
But again,
that makes complete
I'm giving.
sense.
But see, I'm giving you the stats right here, and you can't even ingest them.
And
without
also,
just-
you were talking about how Rodrigo always plays in like attacking positions, but the part of Rodrigo's career that nobody really talks about is he's not even a right winger by trade.
Yeah.
His natural position is on the left, and his entire career at Real Madrid, he's actually been playing on the flank that he is not used to.
Okay, and I just told you that Saka played left back for the first 2.5 seasons of his career.
Okay, and for Rodrigo's entire career at Real Madrid, he's been playing.
Oh my God, that's not
On
an
the wrong
excuse
flank,
anymore.
too.
Like, get over it. People have to play different position.
I'm
like,
not
oh
even
my
trying to bring
God.
the stats into a debate.
You're discrediting the stats. I bring up the stats when you talk about stats, and you don't even listen to me.
I'm
so there's no
trying-
point.
Exactly, because
Then you're
stats-
gonna say stats don't matter. Is that what you're about to say?
I think whether you think stats matter or they don't matter, the stats is kind of irrelevant in this conversation because they have very similar stats. I thought you were going to say that Saka has way better stats.
Saka
and
does
that
have
would be-
better stats. They might be marginally better, but this season they are better. Overall, goal scoring wise, they are better. That's undoubted. There is no debating that.
But you have to take the context into it.
And I am taking context into it. And he's been clearly, the stats are saying that he is a better producer of goals in a team that is worse, in a team that has been worse over the last 5 years. So I just don't understand. I don't understand. It's been 5 minutes. We're still on this.
So you think if Rodrigo came to Arsenal, do you think he'd score less goals?
Sure. I think it'd be similar. Clearly it'd be similar. Rodrigo's a fantastic player. I would die for Rodrigo on my team on the left. And he could stop crying about him playing on the right. I would die for that chance to have him on the left.
No.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's a fantastic player.
Also, how many of those appearances from Rodrigo are off the bench because of the other talent that Real Madrid
Here
has.
we go. I have no idea. I have no idea.
It's a good point, though. It's a fair point. I think we should move on.
But see what I mean? You guys are fighting. So again, we're fighting. You specifically should be seeing it from a neutral perspective because this argument started from
Blake,
here.
I am.
No, you're not because you
Blake.
keep going, oh, but what about Rodrigo? What about Rodrigo? What about Rodrigo? You never look at Saka's side and see what I'm trying to tell you. I understand. Our goals in this argument is for me to back my guy, you to back your guy. I'm not expecting you to see my side. You're trying to bring up more to make me right. You is pissing me off because you should be the mediator and you're not doing that. You're just taking Rodrigo.
Like,
Look at it from both perspectives.
I am looking
you're
at it
not.
from both perspectives.
You're not.
Blake, this is what I'm telling you. Last week, I was sitting on the fence that I wouldn't give you an answer between Rodrigo and Saka. Since then, I was the one that edited this clip, and in that time, I looked at everything. I looked at the stats and the hit and the story of Rodrigo's career. I did the same thing for Saka.
The story, what? He grew up in poverty in Santos?
He scored a hat-trick in his Champions League debut at 18 years old and has since scored more goals in the
But
Champions League than
that's
R9
like
Ronaldo.
4 years ago. Who cares? We're talking about right now. And
I
right
know.
now, after all of things have accumulated, Saka has better stats than Rodrigo. Saka is more important to his team than Rodrigo.
They have identical stats, bro. Can we just put that as it is?
So even if
have
they are identical,
stats.
then it still makes it. Well, then we're both stupid. They're even then.
I think beyond the stats, you just look at one player, you look at the other player, and one player impresses me a lot more than the other. I'm sorry. I think aspects of Bukayo's game are much better than Rodrigo and pretty much any winger on the planet. His creativity, his playmaking, what he brings to Arsenal, like it's perfect in that system, bro. But just player for player, talent for talent, straight up in a World 11 or I'm building a team, who do I think is better? I think Rodrigo in that aspect is like a little bit underrated in that way. And he does get outshined a lot in a team that has Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe now. I think he's kind of been like, not the ugly duckling per se, but he's like the fourth head of a three-headed monster. And like, he does have his issues. Like, do not get me wrong. He is a little bit inconsistent. And like I said last week, I've heard that from Real Madrid fans themselves. All right? Especially this season, especially with performances like that against Atletico Madrid. This guy's a hell of a player. I'm not saying you're denying that, but like on a world stage, I think this guy's a crazy player who's almost muted to a certain aspect while playing for the Galacticos.
Okay.
But I obviously see your point, and I don't think anything, myself trying to play devil's advocate or Antoine trying to back his boy, can say anything to you that will change your mind, because at the end of the day...
That's why I'm not talking much, because I know whatever I say, nothing is going to change your mind.
Nothing I say is changing your mind either.
Every fact points towards Rodrigo being a better player, even when you just watch the games. Not just goals and assists.
No,
if you actually...
every fact doesn't. I just said the facts. I just said the fucking facts. And it doesn't. No, I just said the facts. You cannot say every fact. You cannot say every fact points to him being better when I literally just pulled up the facts. The factual evidence. That is not the eye test. That is not FOTMob's rating. I pulled up the factual evidence that has, over the years of all sports, gone through the rankings of what makes a better player better than the other.
Blake, why
goals and assists. And I said he has more goals and assists than Rodrigo.
Why does 91% of football fans disagree with you?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
They're all delusional.
I don't know.
Delusional.
Maybe it's the Neymar effect because he's more aesthetically pleasing to watch. You can have an aesthetically pleasing player. I'll take my boy who I know is the better, more consistent, more decisive player.
You got Barca fans here saying Rodrigo's better.
And sure, I don't watch.
Nothing we're gonna say is gonna change your mind.
I think that's another factor too. Maybe that's why I was on the fence as well.
I don't watch him enough. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing we're gonna say is gonna change your mind.
Nothing.
I won't expect. I don't want you to change your mind.
I don't want
because you love Bukayo. We were having an argument about this before we started recording, and you get so worked up. You're like, he grew up as a normal guy, came through the academy. He's been here since he was 6 years old. That's why he's better than Rodrigo. Like, what?
It's true, man.
So when you start bringing up that sentimental shit, the argument's over. We're wasting our time.
We are.
Respect to you.
Thanks.
Also, in that same conversation, speaking of that argument, you own Nando's.
I do.
You do own Nando's.
I do own Nando's.
Yes.
I am a man of my word, and that will happen one day. I don't know when that day will come, but next time we're in Nando's, I'll pay for you.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
I
I
appreciate
I really thought I said Brahim Diaz, but it was Luis Diaz that
You
came out of
did.
my mouth. I'm very disappointed.
Blake is silent for 5 minutes, and then he goes, Brahim Diaz.
Guys, why do we
700! 700!
Guys, why do we have to do this? Like, to be fair, you asked for this again.
I did ask for this, but I needed to bring it up because the general populace thinks that
Like,
Rodrigo's a better player.
I just again, if we're just going on
And I thought that from our TikTok comments and Instagram comments and from the poll that you would actually take a step back and realize that Rodrigo is the better player, but clearly you haven't.
but what does he do better? Like, you can't even say goal scoring because I just told you he doesn't.
We're
Let's go.
not. We're just going in circles.
We are kind of going.
But what does he do better? He's faster than him, maybe.
faster,
Okay.
Better dribbling,
I
better shooting.
disagree. I just told you. I literally just factually
Okay,
told
this
you.
is why we can't do this.
No, but see, you
we
can't just.
We can't.
But now,
it's been 20 minutes. now.
okay. Sorry,
Blake.
I'll cut it.
Blake.
Don't.
What?
Don't cut
But
it.
see,
Blake.
then you're patching. Blake, we gotta move on. You brought this up, bro. You can't fucking do
I
that.
brought this up. I thought this was gonna be a 2
No,
minute
but
tangent.
that's like no.
brother.
Then you can't play.
We're-
You can't
we're
play
yap-
innocent. You're just as at fault for this.
I'm not at fault for this because
See,
you
he
reacted.
plays innocent. Oh my god,
Brother.
Fuck.
Brother.
You brought this up. You literally said before the pod you wanted a reaction out of it,
Blake.
and you got it.
Like,
Fuck,
I
you
brought this up because I thought this was gonna be a 2 minute thing. You were gonna admit that Saka, that maybe your take was a little bit outrageous because of
wasn't.
all the proof that we have in front of our
What
eyes.
proof? Fans?
From-
I'm giving
Yes,
you factual evidence from the games that
So-
they played
so
that he's a better
10,000
goal scorer, and you just said he's better at shooting. Clearly, he's fucking not. Clearly,
so-
he's not.
so-
Clearly, it's the same.
So 10,000 footy fans are just.
I'm giving you
it's an
stats.
anomaly.
I'm giving you stats. I'm giving you
Okay.
stats right here, and you're just choosing not to take them. Why? I have no idea. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. You were introducing us. Started with me, so I guess Blake needs to be introduced.
No, you
now.
already did.
Introduce?
me.
Yeah,
Hi.
you were, that's how it started. You were introducing me.
Oh no, I introduced him as famed actor Blake
Oh,
Calamus.
yes, yes.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, just
It's gonna be okay, bro.
no, because and then you have like a little
it's
smirk
gonna
on your
be-
face
it's
because
gonna be
it's
okay.
exactly what you. And then
It's gonna
it'll
be okay. Yeah,
like
it'll be
fuck
okay.
off. You wanted this out of me, and then you. It's like so. It's actually bullying at a certain point.
Bullying?
Bullying. I would say.
Bullying.
Whatever, it's
Okay.
fine. It's
I
fine.
think it's putting out the bait and you chomping on that shit.
Nah, it's just annoying when like you say, "Oh, we gotta move on now." Nah, fuck you. I'll speak when I want to if you're gonna bring up that shit.
It's like when we're trying to catch a fish and we pull out a fucking shark. Like too much. Put it back in. Put it back in.
That's good. That's really good.
That's good. That's
All right, let's move on to the actual games. All right, do you want to start Arsenal United,
sure.
or do you want to wait for it? Because I don't know your feelings.
I don't
around
have
the
much to
game,
say.
like-
I don't have much to say about the game.
So a little story time. Blake and I went to an Arsenal bar. Shout outs to the Gatherings Resto Pub on Yonge and St. Clair. It's an Arsenal bar, and I had the bravery.
Why'd you guys settle on a United bar?
We were doing it for work.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The peoples wanted to.
Also, the closest United bar is the Maddie, so we'll not be going there.
Is it actually a United bar?
I swear to God,
What the hell?
we should do it once.
rip the Maddie
Rip the Matty on
on
a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
We go there on a Saturday, stay overnight.
Yeah, I just stay the whole day.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
All right, so we go to the pub. I had my jacket zipped up all the way. I thought it was
Shame on you.
No,
That's
because
what
this
I
is the thing.
agree.
Shame on
So
you.
I've never been to a footy like supporters club bar. So I don't know the decency. I don't know like my football manners, you know? Like I don't know the proper etiquette of going to a bar, you know?
Mhm.
And
Okay.
like the game is about to start and like I'm a little bit intimidated. Like
Wow.
there's like fucking Jerry at the back is Arsenal! Arsenal! I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like they're getting the fucking chants going. I'm getting a little bit, I'm like trying to sit back in my seat. Strangers are starting to come up to us and talk. And I got to pretend for a bit. I'm an Arsenal
No.
fan.
You did?
Like you didn't pretend. You just didn't like.
Yeah, I just kind
You
of like
entertain
didn't
the
like.
concept. Okay.
And then when Bruno scored the free kick, I'm like,
No,
I
you
think
didn't
we
celebrate,
post, I think
bro.
we have
What?
the video of my reaction. But I'm just turning around like a little.
You have to own it up. I feel you have to.
Yeah.
You have
I
to
did
be
own up a
proud.
little bit. I put my arm around Blake and I'm like
Yeah.
shaking him up a little bit.
But like the random Arsenal fans, you didn't talk to.
yeah, we were also like sat at the back.
Okay.
So it was easier to like hide it a little bit. There's like 2 levels. I think the more diehards are on the floor.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anywho, but then when Arsenal scored,
It was an
I
eruption.
stepped back. It was a lot of noise. It was fun.
It was just more of a, yeah, we're not going to lose to United. That's how I felt, at least.
It was more pride.
Even talking to the fans after the game, everyone was just kind of like, yeah, we drew to United. Unfortunate. Probably should have won, but we didn't play well. David Raya saved us. The storyline of the game was very simple. Same old Arsenal, can't break a low block. David Raya had a stinker on the free kick goal, but saved our asses in the end. Proves that he's our number one. Made up for it. Great. Same old, same old. No attack. No attack. The incisiveness wasn't really there. Missing a focal point up top. Someone that can just bang one in out of nowhere. Like Saka. Like any freaking striker. Even Havertz, man. Like, it's just the discrepancy between a 9 and not having a 9 is really apparent in a game like that. So,
true.
Martinelli was back.
Yeah, he came off the bench. He had a couple of decent chances. Again, that was nice to have him, but he's not like a clinical guy, right? He's like a guy that feeds well off of getting the ball in and being fast. Also, one thing I forgot to put in the bingo card last pod. So, bingo card here, review. Like, you know, our bingo card?
Interesting.
The 6YB bingo card?
Yeah,
of course.
I just forgot that I put it in. So it's pause right here and hit the bingo card.
Oh,
the bingo card is here. And
Oh.
what are the things that we added? We added the 1 mil video. And
Oh, you're gonna move this part to the end of the pod?
no, I'll do it right now. Why not?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's fine.
The
I
one
was
mil
thinking, like,
video.
are you gonna like edit it to? I thought that's what you were doing, like mark.
Yeah,
it
I'm
to
gonna
yourself.
edit the bingo card in.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay,
Go
got
on.
you.
Go on.
What do we add? 1 mil
1 million
video.
video. To be honest, I forget.
I asked Miles about how Miles Curse is doing.
Mhm.
They've won like almost all the games he's been to.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to talk about Miles, by the way.
What happened?
He went to the Barcelona game.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He traveled
tried
to
to.
Barcelona to go to the Barcelona game, and I guess someone died, so I can't make too much fun of this.
Yeah, their doctor died.
yeah,
Their team doctor died.
yeah. Unfortunate situation, obviously, but Miles was not able to watch the game because of it.
Stop, bro, guys.
Do you see me laughing? I'm not.
It's his face he makes all the
I
time.
know.
Bro. He always does that.
His like nostrils flare. And
yes, bro. He always does this. That's messed up. That's very.
That's
bad.
crazy. No, rest in peace for real.
I wanted to know.
You're fucking crying. You're fucking tears in your
I'm
eyes
not.
because of this.
I'm not.
I wanted to know what you thought about Declan Rice celebrating that goal.
I don't really care.
No.
No.
Not as much importance as people are making it out to be.
It's just a more like just trying to attack something that's just not
He
there.
scored a nice goal at the Stretford end. Like, I'll shush the crowd.
Like, yeah. Like, you think... Actually, one of the fan camps had a really good point. You think the players don't know it's over?
Yeah.
It's over, guys. Like, fuck, it's over. Let them have fun. I love that. Have a little fun. Against United, that's a huge rivalry for, like, the whole of the Premier League era. Let them have fun.
Fair.
I'm over it. Just, like, don't lose to them, obviously. But United played well. They defended really well. They counterattacked really well.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I kind of mentioned this yesterday, but our setup of the 3/5 back is way more suited to play against the good teams, and it's so frustrating because we have good moments against your Cities and your Arsenals, and you think that's the start of some momentum, but then you play Ipswich the next week and you can't get anything together, and like. Whatever. I thought we played decent. Bruno, good captain's performance. I was expecting more of a little glazing of Rice's performance overall from you, because people saying Raya man of the match, but I'd say Rice man of the match.
Raya for like the turning
he had the
point
moments.
Yeah,
you could say United would have won the game at the end if it wasn't for Raya's saves.
Yeah.
You could also say that if it wasn't for the free kick on Raya, then you guys could
Fair.
have won this game.
True.
So,
And Deck had that tackle at the end too when we gave
on
the ball
Hoyland
away.
as well.
Just one thing, then we can move on unless you have anything else to say. I don't have much to say about this game.
I don't have much else to say either.
Just Rice is just one of the best DMs in the world. And
That tackle on Hoyland, by the way,
amazing.
amazing tackle.
Fantastic.
Hoyland though.
What did you think about the celebration?
The celebration
Of
What
the tackle.
celebration? I didn't even see it.
He
You
just
see
pumped
it?
his fist.
That's fine.
Did he just pump his fist?
Bro, he just had a game-saving tackle
Yeah,
in the
fair,
85th minute. Like
What?
Declan Rice is he's getting underrated at this point because there was a time at the beginning of the season where he was overrated by fans. Oh, he's like, I don't know, he's having such a stinker. Like, I don't know why. I saw that narrative in the Arsenal fan base. He's fantastic.
Well, yeah, he's been one of the best midfielders this season.
He's amazing, and Arsenal midfield would be so much worse without him, and I love him.
You
to
paid
death.
$100 million for a reason.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can we also address the elephant in the room that United deserve to win?
Yeah,
Sure, you can say that.
absolutely. I thought they had a better second half than first half, which was weird because they were winning in the second half and they conceded they were winning in the first half and they conceded in the second half. I thought the second half was very, very solid.
Mm-hmm.
Very solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
They were holding more of the ball. They were driving up way better than
We
they were in the
looked
first half.
like most of the time we looked toothless going forward, but I think Garnacho had not like clinically, but just his like something was happening when he got on the ball. You know,
Mhm.
he was cutting inside, he was passing it off, he was switching the play. Like shit was happening when it went to Garnacho, especially in the second half there. Again, Bruno facilitating well, captain's performance, again putting in effort. Maybe like, of course, he had his Hollywood balls that wouldn't go places, and that was frustrating. But he had his moments. Obviously, the free kick was fantastic. Who else had a notable performance? Delo.
Masraoui had a good game.
Mazraoui had a good game. I was gonna say Delo had
Casemiro had a
horrendous
great game.
I thought he was decent. Yeah.
Decent. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. If I was a United fan, I'd be way
I wasn't
more,
looking for.
I'd be
as much
way
at it.
happier and way more proud than what you're showing right now. I thought that was a great performance.
No, 'cause then, like,
against
it's-
against the Premier League runners up for 2 years in a row, gonna be 3 years in a row now. You need to be proud of that performance,
I am proud of that
and
performance.
especially when you look at the old results that you guys have had.
Yeah.
I would be very proud as a United fan if
Mhm.
after that performance. I'd be
I'm proud. I'm super proud
one
of
of the better
performance.
performances of the season.
Like I'm seeing people like mainly Arsenal fans in the bar yesterday, but just people in general saying, "Oh, United, look how far they've fallen! Like celebrating a draw this much." Guys, come on. Like
Just banter, but yeah, fair.
obviously taking points off of Arsenal while they're in a title race, kind of, is gonna feel good. Plus, at the end of the day, we are 15th, taking points off 2nd,
Mhm.
so that's got to feel nice. I thought it was an overall good performance. We played well. Also, another guy I want to give a shout out to is Aiden Heaven. I thought he was.
Yes,
I thought he was very solid. He was hating the fuck out of him.
What's his story?
Used to
Just an Arsenal.
Arsenal Academy
Okay.
lad that we got. I thought
Reject.
his
Reject.
not reject, bro. He just made the best career
know.
move in terms of minutes.
You
and chances.
love to say career move, man. I think it's still a bad career move. Like,
Well, was he gonna start over Gabriel and Saliba? No.
well, no, that's what I'm
No,
saying. I just
that's
mean
why
like,
it's a good career move.
I just
yeah.
mean going to United. Like, I would not want to. I mean, never mind. I'm not a footballer.
He can develop much more in a United team that has worse center backs and plays a 3-back system.
No, I agree.
Absolutely,
I agree.
absolutely.
I thought he was very good. His ball distribution and his composure really surprised me. Usually, sticking on an 18-year-old at halftime in this kind of game when you're winning is a big risk. And usually they'd see them like a little bit nervous. But I thought he handled it really well. He looked very, very solid. Collier looked decent as well when he came on. And overall, stuff in there to be proud of.
A lot of stuff in there. to
Our
be
next
proud
game is against,
So
of. Sociedad.
and that's a loss.
No,
it's at home.
it was a
but-
draw.
I
It was a
know.
draw,
I know it was a draw. We haven't talked about that actually, but I'm not feeling good about it, to be honest with you.
No, even
No,
at home.
No.
After that performance, I'd be optimistic.
Yeah, but this is the United thing. It's
They're gonna
almost
attack. Though,
whenever
so-
we have a good performance, like I feel worse about the next game. That's just how this team works. I'm really trying not to get my hopes up.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to the City Forest game. I want to, or do you want to still cover the games that happen on Sunday?
So that's up to you.
Let's go to Tottenham Bournemouth.
Sure.
Okay.
Talk about your other team, Blake. A little more positive this one. I mean,
Um.
you had a 2-0 lead, to be fair.
Yeah. Unfortunate to blow the lead in that game. But yeah. I mean, I was happy with the performance. I don't know why I'm acting like I was watching the game. I didn't watch the game. I
brother.
saw the highlight. Kirk had a great game.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Tottenham have been struggling. Tottenham continued to struggle. Tottenham lost midweek in the Europa League. They're 1-0 down going into the second leg. A lot of things going wrong. I looked at our bingo card just now, and looks like Mr. Ange is definitely more likely to get the sack than not.
Mm.
So
It'll probably be at the end of the season. They'll let him play the
Yeah.
season out.
Who did they bring in?
I see this happening with Amorim, though. I do see this happening with Amorim within that, like, when do you give him so much time? And when do you keep giving him the leniency to play his system when the results aren't working?
we're
but
not
it's also-
we're
it's-
not sacking Emery.
No, yeah, it's also
We get
I'm not
relegated, we're not
saying,
sacking
I'm
him.
not saying you should, but
And you know why? You
Yeah.
have to pay a lot of money to sack
which
him.
it's just crazy.
Swear
Like,
to God, that's the
yeah,
reason.
fair. Anyway,
also he's been there for 6 months. Like
I'm just saying.
not even.
I'm
If
just saying.
if he is still underperforming like this
at
in
this point
October,
next season,
November,
What?
Yeah, they're gonna sack him.
No. Amorim,
If he gets a full window, obviously context matters. But if let's say he gets a full window, brings in players of his pedigree, is happy with that, and publicly is excited for this season, right? We as United fans get excited about how this is going to be, Amorim season where we really have to cement ourselves. I'm not saying if we're 8th and not playing right, that's still bad. But if we're 15th, bad. If we're still this bad.
So 2 months into the season, if you play bad, you sack him. I don't understand that.
3
I think
months.
you're fast.
3 months.
It's not. I think you're fast tracking in your head this
because
rebuild.
I'm saying no. I'm not saying if we're bad, sack him. I think bad would be 8th. If we're still terrible, then you sack him.
I think bad is not 8th. I think 8th, in compared to this season, I think 8th is good for next season. I think you think this rebuild is going to go by so quick.
8th to 12th range. I just have to see something.
Arsenal's a prime example. Mikel Arteta had 2 full summer windows before they actually started playing well. Sure, Arsenal fans wanted him out, but the board stuck with him, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
I did too,
but even then, they weren't finishing as low as United, and they didn't look nearly as bad.
They were bottom of the table for the first.
It was 3
after
weeks,
3 games.
It was 3 weeks.
After 3 games, and then they picked it up from there.
Still, you don't.
I know you're saying though, Antoine.
You don't sack a manager that quick. If you do, then what's the ambition that this club has? You sign
just
all
saying-
these players in Amorim's that would fit Amorim's system, and then you go get a new manager.
By that
these
point
players don't
of
fit.
November of 25, he would have been here an entire year. Probably would have had 2 transfer windows, and probably would have broken all kinds of records of worst performing United manager of all time. I
don't think it falls on him.
I don't think it falls on him either. I'd be so upset. But I'm just saying, if you're still 15th, 16th, if we're still having relegation conversations, bro, that cannot be acceptable. That cannot be acceptable.
Still, I think you give him more time. I don't see a purpose in sacking him 3 months into next season if he starts performing.
There
bad.
would also have to be a good
Because how many players do you want to sign this summer? He's not going to sign every single player he needs this summer. He's going to need the winter transfer window and the summer transfer window after that one.
True. I'm just saying we would also need a good managerial prospect after that. When we sacked Ten Hag, we had Amorim in line. That was the next project, right? I would not sack Amorim to bring a Southgate in just to get results, right?
Oh, don't even tempt me like that.
Why are we even speaking about an Amorim sacking? It's
let's
kind
move
of
on.
It's
right now.
6
Let's move
months
on.
down
Let's
the
move on.
line,
Let's
or
move on.
more than that at this point. But I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Anyway, Tottenham Bournemouth, actually good game for the neutrals. I feel like Tottenham fans can be happy that they got a draw, but they are in the mud, and they actually do need to sack their manager. I think because it's getting to the point where I don't know. It's just hard. It's just hard when
I still see the injury
it's square
point,
pegs in
though.
round holes.
I still see the injury point. Not right now, but big picture on the season.
But still, square you gotta find some way. Everyone has injuries. You have injuries. We have injuries. PSG have injuries. Do you have injuries?
We don't really have injuries this year.
Okay, fair enough.
Because what I'm just wondering is who they would go to.
I don't know. That's a very
the
fair
thing.
point. I have no idea.
Angelo's qualities. I don't think he's the greatest.
I don't think he's a bad manager at all.
I don't think he's the greatest, and I don't think he's a bad manager at all. I think he's Premier League level for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
But who would do a better job with his current situation on Spurs?
Yeah.
Not many guys.
Yeah, fair.
No.
This is a really rogue shout. I think De Rossi is free, and he was managing Roma, and I thought he was doing a very good job, and he got unfairly sacked. Maybe he comes in.
Didn't that end really badly though?
With Roma?
Yeah.
Yeah, it ended badly. I don't know why.
Does he speak
No.
bad on the board or?
I don't.
is that what happened?
Honestly, if I'm not the guy to ask.
Yeah.
I just know that the results were there for Roma.
This would have been a good week for Naps.
Yeah.
It would have been a good week for Naps for sure. But maybe he's one
It's a
of them.
shout. Yeah, it's a shout. Okay.
There's not really many managers out on the market right now.
Okay. Next game.
Ten Hag. Okay. All
Okay.
right. I know.
Let's go. We can go Forest City.
Let's go Forest City. Oh, I loved it.
You did not watch it, bro. You did not wake up at 7:30.
Oh, no way. But waking up
But
and
see,
seeing the result.
This is how you know,
love
it, guys. It's over. That result meant nothing to me. I saw that and I actually felt nothing.
There's a sense of normality now. It's weird.
Yeah.
With
It's
City
like
losing.
you're not surprised.
And it's
when you see this result.
inconsequential, right? Usually, like
True.
City loses, we're farther away from them. But
You mean from an Arsenal perspective?
from an Arsenal perspective,
Okay, yes,
sorry,
because this does impact their Champions League chances.
absolutely. But from an Arsenal perspective, it's yeah.
And now you have Pep Guardiola saying we have 10 finals left to play in order to qualify for Champions League.
Yeah.
And it really seems like it's 10 finals because the way that they're playing and the lack of chances they're producing, or the lack of quality chances they're producing, I should say, because they're controlling the ball almost every game, is alarming. And you need goals in these next 10 games, or else there's a serious alarm. Like there's seriously chances that they don't make Champions League, which would be insane for a team like City.
My honest thoughts, they'll be fine. Their final games are Brighton at home, Leicester at home, United away, Crystal Palace at home, Everton away, Villa at home is a little bit tough, and then they play Wolves at home, Southampton away, Bournemouth at home, fair tough. Fulham away should be fine, and that's it.
Well, they've lost to Manchester United this season already. They've lost to Aston Villa, who you said, are they playing Aston Villa again?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. They only won 2-1 against Wolves. They lost against Bournemouth. They lost against Brighton. They play Spurs again. They lost against them 4-0. They got drubbed.
And they spent
just think,
200
like,
million.
Your
Pounds
hardest
in January.
games, your hardest three games in 10 is a non-form, to be fair, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, and a struggling United. Should be fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe United's not even in that top.
You
10,
would-
to be fair.
I mean, you need Forest or Chelsea to fall off. You can see that happening.
Yeah.
There is a reality where Arsenal falls off.
Let me contrast that with Chelsea's final games. If someone else could talk while I pull this up.
This Forest team is really, like, it's a
They're
good
good.
team. Like,
But
you would think it's an anomaly that they're just playing well randomly and they're keeping this form, but if you actually look at the way that they play and the way that Nuno Espirito Santo are making them play, it's genuine. It's really impressive.
But
it's impressive.
I'm gonna be honest, they're finishing like 7th next season. It's the classic.
Even
It's
seventh,
the classic.
Seventh is
but
still a
seventh
good
for
season
Forest is
for them, dude.
incredible.
No, I
It's incredible.
totally agree with you. I'm just saying it's the classic. Team overperforms, gets in the Champions League. They can't handle the Champions League.
Well, yeah,
and
of
then they
course.
drop off.
course.
I'm
No,
just saying that's just what's gonna happen.
I
And we
don't
know
think-
that.
No shit.
I don't think
But
anyone
that's-
expects them.
No, but that shouldn't take away from what they've been doing. I'm
Yes.
just saying like that's just like I would bet $700 on that happening.
No one is expecting them to hit it out of the park in the Champions League next season. But their core of players this season,
good.
Ola Aina has been balling, one of the best right backs in the league this season.
He's funny on Snapchat too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I saw the story.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very, very funny. And then you have Murillo. I think Murillo is going to leave. They're going to get robbed this
Yeah,
summer.
like-
Half the team.
I bet
is
like
injured.
Newcastle might just effort if Isaac if
Isaac.
Isaac
Isaac.
if Isaac
Brother.
Isaac
Isaac.
if Isaac
Oh
leaves,
my God.
then can you not see Newcastle just like buying Chris Wood? He's like such a Newcastle
And
striker.
he played for Newcastle too before. So.
You know what I mean? Like
Why
he's
not?
such a Newcastle striker.
Like Newcastle of old.
Hudson Odoi's leaving. Gibbs White's leaving. Alanga's leaving. Murillo's leaving. Nico Williams might leave.
Not all those.
Ola Aina could leave.
No, I don't. I think Bournemouth will get stripped a lot more than Forest.
You think?
Yeah, they have younger, probably more
I
exciting.
mean,
players.
Hoyson's gone.
Hoyson.
The minute the summer transfer window hits, he's gone.
I'd be surprised if Kluivert stayed.
It's insane how they got Hoyson for 15 million.
Crazy, eh?
How do Juve let that go?
I love stories like that though.
Yeah, but how do Juve let that
I
go?
have no idea.
That's what
Naps.
I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Back on Chelsea, yeah, I don't think they're gonna make top four. They still have Arsenal. They still have
They
Spurs
might
left to
win that
play.
game,
They still
dude.
have Brentford away. Let's remember the G Tech is a fortress. Ipswich at home. Fulham away, who they've already lost to this season. An informed Everton left to play, and then they still their final 4 games of the season.
So it's an informed Everton when Chelsea have to play them, but for City it's not. Just saying.
Yeah, call him out.
I'm just saying.
Call
I
him
was
out.
just listing. I forgot about that context before.
Okay.
But their final 4 games of the season: Liverpool, Newcastle, United, Forest.
Tough.
They have a really tough end of the season. Really tough end of the season.
They got the win though on the weekend and midweek. Not as convincing as they probably would have wanted midweek, but
They also have a conference league to play in between all that.
they're up 2-1 in their matchup against Copenhagen. But
Yeah, they'll be fine.
yeah.
But they're going to start focusing on that a little bit more.
I'm just really mad Cucurella scored this weekend, guys.
Are we gonna start talking about this Palmer downfall here?
Yeah, it's been like quietly one of the biggest stories because he's really been bad for the past month.
He
More
just
than
hasn't had the same confidence in his finishing that I'm used to him having.
Yeah.
And I've been hurting in FPL because of it.
Like he passes the eye test in every aspect possible. He has a wand of a left foot. His passing is incredible. But compared to what he was producing last season and at the beginning of this season in terms of finishing and in terms of even assists and quality assists. Now I have to say quality assists because of what I said earlier. But what he was producing last season, he seems like a shadow of a player that he was previously.
It's just not going in for him right now. The final ball, the finish, a fucking penalty for God's sakes. It's just not falling for him. And it is 100% a confidence thing. It's 100% a luck thing. But it's also a player who has shot up onto the scene, become one of the best English players in the Premier League, going through a bit of a rough patch. And this happens with every good player. Like, it just does. And he'll be fine. He just has to see one go in. And
Do you think he'll be fine?
yeah, he just has to see one go in, and then Bob's your uncle and everyone's happy. But
Bob's your uncle.
maybe like what's Cole Palmer's name? Dad's name.
I'll look that up right now.
Oh, brother.
But you know what I'm saying? Like this happens.
You can
yeah.
tell there's
I'm not worried about him, but at the same time, like
if you
Jermaine.
Jermaine's your dad, and there you go.
That's the
funny.
last fucking name I expected.
Well, he is Jamaican, no?
Is he?
Is he?
I thought he was. I thought he had like a part Jamaican nationality in there.
Oh.
I thought he was just a road man. That's why I was talking like that.
Oh.
Oh.
I think he actually might be Jamaican.
Makes sense.
But there's still, you can tell if you have eyeballs, you can tell he's
Yeah,
still, there's
that's what I
still
mean.
a play that
Yeah.
he's such a good player.
Yeah, no,
He is
exactly.
such a good player.
Picture Cole Palmer's dad
Paul
in your
Palmer.
head.
Okay.
Like, what are you picturing?
Well,
right now?
I'm picturing a black guy now because
there you go.
yeah,
It is
because
black guy.
you just spoiled it for me. Oh. That's like really
So he's
wholesome.
light skinned?
I guess
Or is this
so.
a stepdad?
I don't know. Me bumbo clot.
Crazy. Anyway,
Yeah, that's anyway.
interesting.
But yeah, this Cole Palmer downfall is kind of.
And he needs to step it up soon.
He does.
Yeah.
He does
I
before
totally-
we actually start having conversations about
Yeah.
about fraud.
Fair.
Fraud player.
Fair.
Soon.
Could be. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened next? Liverpool, I guess.
Yeah, let's go on Liverpool before we move off Prem. They beat Southampton 3-1. Well, no, that actually was looking like a Ramsdale legacy game for a little bit
Did you
there.
guys see who scored that first goal? Small bone. Search him up. See what he looks like.
Oh, I know what he looks like.
Who? What?
Oh,
That's what I.
that's why you said regen.
Yes.
Oh, I understand. I
John
actually had no
Joe
idea.
Shelby regen.
He's been around for a little bit though.
Has he?
Smallbone. He's been around for a little bit.
how's he?
Like he's played like not a little bit, but like he's
ball
played.
knowledge. Ball knowledge.
Yeah, ball knowledge from you.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'll pass
Wow.
respectfully. But yeah, just a
Oh, I
A
remember his
skinhead,
FIFA
a
card.
baldy.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
Yeah, like he's played like he plays for Southampton regularly.
okay. Didn't know that. I don't watch Southampton week in week out.
I mean, clearly I haven't either, but shit.
that's
I,
like skin bald too.
No, yeah, it's not a strand of hair on that head,
I dig that.
Is there
and
like,
no beard too. That's very hard to do.
Is there like a disease going on? Like I don't know how to. I don't know how much I should be working for.
There.
Or does he? Is it a style thing? Or is he?
Why is that where your mind goes?
Because I've made fun of bald people before, and then I find out, well, they actually have.
Oh, who?
What is that called? Alopecia?
Yeah, alopecia. There's a
Who?
UFC fighter with it, and then like people make fun of him, and then I'm like, and I make joke, and then I find out that he has alopecia.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
you
"Ah,
don't
damn
feel
it."
any remorse.
He actually does have alopecia.
See, see.
Wait, does he actually?
Injury and alopecia. Small bone story.
Okay, but like,
Oh, it's like such a
hold on.
such a tearjerker
Wait,
article.
hold
Show
on
him the
though. Hold on.
picture.
I have a genuine question. Is alopecia just like?
Why are you laughing, bro? Oh, shit.
I thought it was eyebrows too.
Oh,
I thought it was everything.
I have a question.
That's just chemo.
Jesus, man.
What?
Jeez. I mean, you're not
That's
wrong.
what chemotherapy
but-
does.
Wait, I have a genuine question. Is alopecia like? Is it just like you lose hair? Like you don't have hair?
I think you lose the ability to grow.
But does that like have any like lasting effects on your health besides that?
I'm not one to. I can't speak on that matter.
It was Jada Smith.
Jada
yeah,
Pinkett
we
Smith.
all,
That's
we
what
all
I'm
knew
thinking.
that. Though.
I knew that one, but I'm like, who was I thinking
But
of?
like, does it have
had
like like? Is it like? Can it affect your health negatively?
You're asking the wrong person. I don't think I'm
Because
gonna
then
share
like
my
it's like
my thoughts on that.
It's like okay, that's just you being bald. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Let's move on.
So yes, Julian, there is a disease behind that.
See, I told
To
you.
answer your question,
My radar was going off.
Can we get back to the game?
Yes, let's
Yeah,
get on
it's
to the
literally
game.
just like your entire like
No,
you just
it's-
can't you
What's
just can't
on?
you just
Welcome to
can't
the
grow
6 Yard
hair.
Box podcast,
Okay.
everybody.
Like it's like I mean, it's like the worst thing to make fun of someone about.
I mean, yeah.
Like-
so it has no other health effects.
Not
other
that I
than-
can see. No.
Okay.
It's just
Just rock the ball.
it's just a
then.
disease that causes hair loss. Like I mean, like
Okay.
your head might be a little.
you can't grow the beard either.
Oh, you
yeah.
can't grow the beard.
So like your parts might be a little
so
cold.
you have to RNA slot it.
Yeah, but like think about like the, you know,
that was my next
that
question.
aspect of it.
That
That
was
might be fun.
That was my next question.
like unless you want to like explore.
it
like,
takes a little headache away.
It does a big, not a little, a big
yeah,
one.
But some people like that.
Just think of the cuts you might
True,
induce while
true.
doing
Yeah.
that. Like you're saving yourself
But
from a lot
some
of
people
trouble.
like that though. Some people do like that.
Or like, does he have leg hair? Because if you're getting massages as a footballer, leg
Especially
hair
as
a
makes
footballer.
it
That's true.
really
So
burn.
really, we should be okay.
No, but
Are you
because-
jealous of his?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, symptoms. Oh,
It's just head. It's just head.
I do see infertility on here.
Oh,
So that's like it's like a chain reaction. Like you might, like you might get more with the but
Can we
if you
not?
want to start a family.
Actually, genuine question. So if you are not infertile with alopecia,
Yeah.
does your kid then also is it?
Oh, is it like
it
a recessive
hereditary?
gene?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. We should get a scientist on.
We should.
you want to look it up there?
I mean, I can.
It's our
Um,
alopecia correspondent,
is-
Blake Talabas.
Is alopecia? Is alopecia genetic? Have linked a number of genes to the disease, which suggests that genetics play a role in alopecia.
Okay.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
But how could it be? How could it be genetic?
guys.
This is so fucked
no,
up.
guys,
This is
guys.
so fucked
No, guys. So I think the full disease is called alopecia areata, and I swear to God, I just saw alopecia arteta.
This is so messed up.
Like it's alopecia areata. Like it's literally just Arteta's name with a couple letters missing. But anyway,
How could it be genetic if you can't have kids? If there's no,
Guys, that's
there's that.
no, but
That's just-
it's just some symptoms. But
Okay.
this is just Google. Like I don't know what it's right or. I think it's more just the hair loss thing. This is the Academy of Dermatology. Okay, they say it's a common type of hair loss. Does it grow back? Yes, it can grow back. But you can have another episode.
All right, all right. Speaking of hair loss that you can actually save, Mo Salah with 2 penalties. Bit of a pen merchant, guys.
we
What do
moved on,
What do we
did we
think?
not?
no, we didn't.
Oh no, we didn't.
We didn't.
Oh right,
Still in the
That
Southampton
was-
game. Did you like that transition though?
I did.
I didn't get it.
He's a pen merchant.
He was balding like last season.
Oh, he got a hair
was-
transplant.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a hair transplant. I mean, it's kind of obvious.
Hey, it looks sharp now.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it looks
he's-
good.
A little too sharp.
Nah. I think he looks good.
Back to the footy.
When hair starts to regrow, it may come back.
Oh
please,
my
back to the footy.
God,
It may come
brother.
back white or blonde. That's
back to the
interesting.
footy.
Back to the footy,
Back to the
please.
footy.
Can you?
What?
Antoine's-
Oh my God! What?
Antoine's like.
Blake, we're pulling out a blue whale. It's just
I thought it was fun. It's fine. No, I
That
think,
was a fun segment, but
I don't know. I think Antoine's just not loving me today, and it's okay.
we're
That
walking on
happens.
eggshells right now. I won't lie.
that's why
Are we?
I want to move on.
I don't think we
are.
were.
We definitely are. And I think we're stepping on the eggshells. Kind of how we cracked a couple eggs for sure.
Really? Okay.
We should get small boat on the pod.
Why not?
You can
Talk
ask
about
him.
his alopecia journey.
Ask him what.
So,
Oh my God.
Okay, back to now we can go back. Okay.
all right. Liverpool pulled out the 3-1 win. I was going to bring up Salah scoring 2 penalties to win the game. Darwin Núñez getting on the score sheet as well. Trying to think of other aspects to remember from this game.
Why did you ask me if I thought he was a pen merchant earlier?
Genuinely, just because like the assists.
Salah
And, I don't know.
a
I
pen
was
merchant?
Like the consistency. What did you mean by that?
I don't know. I was
Okay.
just chatting shit.
Okay. I think it's he didn't have a good game. Salah did not at all. I didn't.
That was
he,
like a yeah.
he didn't create anything offensively. He had barely any shots on target, any shots for that matter. His link up play was average, I thought, and he came out of this game with every news outlet tweeting that he is the best player in the world still, and that he now has 52 goal contributions in all competitions. I think it's kind of crazy how even after having 2 bad games in a row, you come out of this. I'm not disregarding the season in any way, shape, or form, but we have to call a spade at some point, and he's had 2 bad games in a row. I would be a little worried. I
fair.
would be a little worried.
Fair.
I'm just saying. Now
Worried
you have PSG.
worried in what sense? Like
In the sense that
the Champions League?
it's now getting into the most important moment of the season. The last 3 months of the season is always the most important, and especially if you're a good team like Liverpool, week in, week out, you need to perform. You have the Champions League still. You have the FA Cup still, or the Carabao.
Carabao.
You have the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup still, and you have the Premier League that is basically won. They're champions elect. But if your best player is now stepping down, there's worries to have had there.
That's fair.
And he's had a couple of spells like that.
Well, that's
too.
just him as a player in general. He's like the perfect example of does nothing the whole game, runs through a couple guys and scores.
I find that stupid. In the penalty, if he runs through guys and scores, then sure, then yes, then the praise is warranted. But to score 2 penalties and still have Fabrizio Romano tweeting out how he's an impeccable player and all this, not disregarding the player whatsoever. I think he is an impeccable player.
But you don't have to post about
But
it.
you have to call a spade a spade. He's not playing well at the moment. It's been 2 games now where he's not been playing good. Kind of lines up with Ramadan, but I digress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it has to do with the hunger or.
Hey, you know what? Alex Pereira just got beaten by a Muslim fasting for Ramadan.
Okay, so doesn't have to do anything with it.
That was like a battle for his life, probably. Like.
But also, wasn't it in the evening, the fight?
Yeah, but like he still had to like make weight.
Yeah, but the fighter's fast either way.
He still had to
though,
do a
you know?
training camp.
I know.
Like, well, you're not like during training camp. You need fucking water.
True.
Like,
Fair.
that's still like a crazy thing to do on a fight camp.
How many people do you think actually like stay on the Ramadan?
Everyone. all of them.
Everyone, dude.
Like, you know, like it must be so hard to.
Yeah, it must be hard.
Like kudos to them, genuinely kudos
seriously.
to them. That's like super hard. I could never do it.
Hey, sometimes I do it by accident. It's like getting to like it's like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, I have not had anything today.
Okay.
Okay.
Has the sun set by then?
If it's during the winter, yeah.
Okay.
You know how Toronto's are.
Yeah.
Toronto's are.
Toronto's there.
Mm.
I could never do that though. For like months on end, I can never.
Shout
do
out
that.
the Muslims for real.
No, for real.
100%.
100%.
Okay,
So-
so see,
He does it all the
that was your
time.
fault. You could have just kept
What?
going with
You
anything.
You could have kept talking.
I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. You
This
back
is-
me in a corner, and then you expect me
Never
to
put
just
baby in a corner.
to just take it
Do you
out.
guys know where that's from? Don't
Yeah.
put baby in a corner.
Dave.
What? Dave?
Dave had a bar there. Never put baby in a corner.
No.
I don't know what it's from, but I know Dave.
Dirty
Dave quoted it.
dancing, guys. Dirty
Cool.
dancing.
Why are we bottle flipping?
I don't know.
What else do we need to talk about?
I quickly
Go.
Soboslai.
Fraud watch?
Like
No, he's had great performances over the last couple of weeks.
That's what I'm saying. He's played well, but
He just came off at halftime because they're trying to save him for the Champions League.
I don't know. He's Liverpool's number 10 guys, and you seen the performance he put up against PSG? That's all I'm saying.
I hope you guys absolutely curb stomp them.
I hope
Oh,
so too. man.
me too.
Like
too.
I will be there.
Will
we
you?
will
I will
all
be
be
there.
there, and
It's
we will
tomorrow.
come into the studio on Thursday elated.
Yeah.
I'll be
I'll wear
will,
PSG
will you
kit.
come? Will you come to the studio on Thursday?
Probably.
I'm
still-
still,
I don't like
I'm
that
still a
answer.
maybe.
I'll
I'm
wear-
still
I'll
a
wear
maybe.
Why
PSG.
are we maybe, you guys?
I'm still a
I
maybe.
don't know. I gotta like figure out my schedule. You know. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is what happens. See, this is what happens at the end of the season. There's no Champions League. Like, it's like, what are we really gonna talk? You want to talk about PSG? You can go ahead.
I mean, there's not much to say about PSG.
They won what? Let me guess. 4-1.
Good job.
Actually,
Yes,
Bro,
you knew this.
no, I
bro.
fucking I swear
Yes,
That was a pure
you did.
guess.
on the
That was
holy
not a pure. You definitely were scrolling Instagram
on the
and you
holy-
saw the 4-1.
on the holy Bible. Pure guess.
Against
Okay.
who?
I ran. You did tell me that.
Yes, and
Yeah.
what's their coach's name? Ren? I told you today.
Hakeem.
Habib.
Okay. Habib. Sorry.
Habib Bey. Yeah.
All right. Habib Bey.
Good job.
Wait, his name is Habib Bey.
Habib Bey.
So it's pretty much Habibi.
Habibe.
Habib Bey, yeah.
Habib Bey.
Habib Bey. You're my Habib Bey.
Yeah. Oh my God. Stop it, Antoine. Stop it right now.
But no, it was a commanding performance as always. I think it would be really disappointing if PSG crashed out of the Champions League because we wouldn't hear from them for the rest of the season, pretty much. Because no, I'm being serious. No one's
He's not wrong, he's
no one's
not wrong.
watching Liga, and they are playing some incredible football. It'd be a shame if they crash out of the Champions League
Yeah.
and there's no one talking about them
Yeah, true.
because there needs to be there's things to talk about within this PSG team.
True.
That is fair.
True.
How? I don't want to open up this can of worms. Do you think Vara is better than?
Saka?
I didn't say it.
I mean, you can say yes.
They're in different positions.
You can say yes, and I won't yell at you. I mean, he's not, but you can say yes. That's fine.
No, he likes this because Saka's the benchmark, so he likes this.
Yeah.
This feeds into his ego.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna answer.
But
They're also different positions.
But he thinks
They
Dembele.
also play different
He
positions.
also thinks Dembele's better. So of course he's gonna think Guevara is better.
No comment on that.
VAR or Dembele?
I like them both, man.
To him, it's Messi and Ronaldo. So like, you can't go wrong.
This
You-
season, fuck.
Sneakily, you're the biggest homer on this podcast, by the way. No, genuinely.
Julian, don't
Well,
do this
It
to
is.
me.
It is his actual home.
Julian,
that would be
don't
valid.
do this
If
to
he
me.
was the
no,
biggest homer, it
I'm
would be
not.
valid.
No,
No, remember,
okay.
remember last year when you said you were gonna win the Champions League?
Yeah.
and then
Well,
like,
this year you said you were gonna win the Champions League.
and we are
Not
already
gonna
through
win
to
it.
the next round.
Watch your words.
I don't know. I
It's
just
really-
and you
it's
do have
really
very
close, I
you
won't
do
lie.
you do what did you say? What'd you say?
It's really close.
And
Are you
you
serious right now?
You do have
It's
and you
really
do have
close.
very strong opinions on your players, like very
I
strong.
have
opinions.
strong opinions on my
You're
players,
just
but
not as-
I think they're warranted.
But you're just not as loud as when you say them. Like I'm
You're a
very loud.
homer. You're a homer in the sense that you will back the country of France as much as you'll back PSG. Like Blake will back
Excluding
Arsenal,
Marseille. Are we be clear?
excluding Marseille. Blake
Valid.
will die on the Arsenal hill, but he won't die on the Villa hill, on the Liverpool hill,
You'll down the Bournemouth Hill.
on the City
I'm
hill.
not on the Bournemouth Hill.
But like
But it's
outside
different.
outside of your arch rivals in Liga,
But it's different for me.
You will.
You guys aren't from England. You're
Yeah.
not from London. You're not from Manchester. It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not going to support English teams. But I'm sure Mark Goldbridge wants. Does he? Maybe he doesn't. But I'm sure. Yeah, English
Yeah, that's fair.
fans genuinely want English teams to do good in the Champions League, in the Europa League, in European competitions. I think it's pretty common with every fan in the world.
But you also like again, you think Hakimi is the best right back in the world, which probably
I think he is.
You think Dembele is better than Saka. You think VAR is better than Saka. You think like,
Actually, that's never come out of my mouth.
but I just know how you
I
think.
just reserve my judgment for now.
I know that's what you think.
Again, no comment.
Who's your mid? Like you probably think like you probably take your PSG midfield over the Arsenal midfield right now.
I mean, I think so.
Yeah,
I
see?
think I take PSG's midfield over a lot of midfields
See?
this season.
And
I think PSG's midfield might be the second best midfield in the world right now.
this is exactly my point. This is exactly.
you don't
and
think
they're
so?
like they're like all like 21.
What, you don't think so?
I know.
So
I
not
still
so
take
not
Arsenal
giving
midfield.
not
Vitinha Neves.
you,
is
you
like
take
very good.
Arsenal's
Still
midfield
do.
over
Probably
PSG's
a
midfield.
bit more balanced.
So
At
not
their
giving
peaks, yeah.
Liverpool a sniff of the ball is insignificant.
It was one game, but I thought it was obviously very good.
It's,
Your midfield is definitely
consistent
great.
throughout the whole season.
Okay.
João Neves, Vitinha,
So then win tomorrow.
and Zaire Emery.
So then win.
Okay.
Prove me wrong. Win.
You don't think you think Arsenal genuinely have a better midfield than PSG?
You have a more well-established.
It's Barcelona and then it's
midfield with
PSG
more-
and then it's Liverpool.
See, and then he doesn't even talk about Madrid. Like this is what I'm saying. Very homerish. Very homerish.
I think in the way that they play
Like,
and
Joe-
the way that they
Not
connect,
Madrid.
Madrid is top 5, maybe 5th,
See, like
4th.
you're
Fourth.
putting like
Fourth.
21-year-olds
Fourth.
over
Fourth.
Valverde.
Brother, you look at any
Brahim
brother,
Diaz.
you watch any Real Madrid game this season, it's not convincing in the midfield at all. Camavinga's a shell of the player he was last season and the player
Tchouaméni.
that he was brought up to be. Tchouaméni's been playing center back this season. Now he's playing good at CDM, yes. But before that, he was playing center back, so you cannot say that. Valverde, a CDM, is playing right back. They have injuries. They're not the best midfield this season whatsoever. No, they're not. They're
Maybe
4th, sure. Maybe 5th. They're not. They're not. I think in the way that they play, Barcelona, PSG, Liverpool, top 3. Inter's in there. Fuck, I forgot Inter.
Yeah.
Barcelona, PSG, Inter, Liverpool.
Okay.
Maybe Madrid at 5.
I'm just saying you have very strong opinions for your team. I do think you slightly tend to overrate your team just a little bit. That's okay.
So you don't think PSG's
No, I think their midfield's fantastic.
what a top what?
I don't know. I'm reserving my judgment like you do. I don't know, but it's very good.
I'm reserving judgment because I don't watch enough of.
Yeah,
their midfield
agreed.
into
But
the
also,
midfield to set
like
a ranking.
your midfield is clearly fantastic.
We also dominated possessions against City, which isn't hard to do this season, I will say.
Mhm.
Actually, the Loki is because they still
Yeah.
hog the ball.
Yeah.
I just tend to
But-
think you do feel very hard. Like I think you guys might think I'm crazy. I think I'm a quite realistic Arsenal fan.
No, you are not.
I think I am.
Oh my god.
How?
No, you are
Never
not.
once did I say
I'm
we were going to
sorry.
win the league. I
was
only
on
said
your-
we're going to win
I
the
was
Champions
on-
League out
I
of
was on
vibes.
your team here. We were
How?
going a little bit.
How?
We
How?
were-
How am I unrealistic? Besides, take the Saka thing out of it.
There are so
The,
many
the
takes.
Saka thing is
No,
part of it.
take
You
it out of
can't-
it.
You can't take
Take
that out.
one thing out of
You
it.
cannot take that out of it. The you actually that's by extension.
The Arsenal agenda thing. Yeah, true.
He's a normal guy.
Okay, relax. That's one thing.
Plus, you think the entire football season is gone now, and that's a bad season just because Arsenal are having a mediocre year. Like you.
No,
what you
that
were
one.
saying-
That one. I didn't say that. I said he had a point. I said Matt P had a point. I said he had a point. But ultimately, the season has been good. But there's no denying the end of the season is going to be terrible, and it already has started to be terrible.
How?
We
Arsenal wise.
we just watched an RC United game that actually meant absolutely nothing.
Okay, but we're getting to the late stage of the Champions League. It's looking good.
No. I'm talking about the league. We're not talking about Champions League. We're talking about the league. You can't deny me when you tell me the league right now is boring. You cannot. Don't. Unless you're fighting for top 4.
It's
can't
not the
deny me.
most exciting season, but
Thank you.
there's still entertaining parts.
Sure.
It's
It's football. Of course it's entertaining. We talked about this the other day. We literally said this yesterday. I don't mind there being an international break coming up because it's been a lot of football. I'm okay with. It's been a lot, and I'm not going to be missing much of Premier League if they take a break.
I think it's just that the gap between the other leagues has really closed down this season.
That's a very valid argument, and I'm okay with hearing you out on that.
Because now you have Serie
I'm
A,
totally okay with hearing you out on that.
Serie A is being decided still as we speak.
Which I wish. Yeah.
Inter, Napoli, Atalanta are all 3 points from each other.
Mhm.
Then La Liga, also 3 teams in the title race. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and
Real
Atletico
Madrid.
Madrid is kind of falling off right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. But Real Madrid.
Shout
as
out
well.
Napoli, eh? Sold their 2 best players that won them the title, and still challenging for top. That's good.
That's
Yeah.
Antonio Conte for you.
Yeah.
And Bundesliga is kind of dead. But from between La Liga and Serie A, Premier League level kind of has came down so that they could come up.
Agreed.
It's kind of even now.
Am I weird for like kind of being excited for Harry Kane to win a trophy? Not weird.
What? That's not homerish.
That's not homerish.
That's not homerish.
I don't know. It's just like
I mean, if you
for me, although I hated him, he is an Arsenal fan. Let's remember.
was.
But I do like to see generational players get rewarded with like
absolutely
a trophy.
if Harry Kane had not won a trophy in his
Like that's
career,
crazy.
that would have been
Yeah.
criminal.
So it is kind of nice that he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
That
It'll only be a Bundesliga, which is kind of.
that's why I'm like it's like okay, cool.
But
It's technically not a trophy. It's a shield
Shut up.
for being.
I actually really do like the
are
trophy.
they still in the DFB Pokal?
I do.
No, I think they went out.
Did
Yeah.
they?
Ball knowledge, Blake. Ball knowledge.
Ball knowledge.
Ball knowledge. Well, then who they
They
go
went
out
out.
to?
They went out early.
Who they go out to?
Leverkusen? No.
No, they went out early against a poor team. I think
Oh wow.
it was at the beginning of the season where they weren't.
Oh,
True.
wow.
True.
All
Actually-
right.
What?
It was Leverkusen.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm locked in. I'm actually telling you, I'm locked in.
Yeah, good job.
All right.
Bayern is my team in the Bundesliga.
Are they?
I mean,
Sure.
More of a Dortmund guy myself, personally. All right, let's wrap up with a little bit of La Liga. I very quickly want to give a quick shout out to Getafe, taking points off.
we're not shouting out Getafe. If you watch how they play, they are the definition of haram ball.
I love Antoine so much, bro.
They played against Atletico Madrid.
They did. They did.
But
Which is
Sorloth
like-
scored a penalty.
which is
Which is like haram ball.
Sorloth scored a penalty, but Getafe won it in like the dying moments. It's good to see. It's
Cool.
good to see. Real Madrid against Vallecano. Real Vallecano. Mbappe, Vinicius goals. You see the Vinicius goal? Very
You
nice.
showed me.
where he
Very
cut
nice.
in.
I thought he cut in.
I didn't think he cut in.
It was more of like a shift your body to.
It's just weird that you think cutting in was that's going. He
Cutting in is going into the half space that's open there.
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
I
no,
think it
no.
is.
That's the outside though. You can say cut
Cutting
out.
in is more of a dribbling action.
Yeah, it's more of a dribbling action. To cut in is to like cut in from the wing.
But then he didn't cut, did he?
This is such
No.
a
If you
stupid-
cut in,
this,
you.
this might be the stupidest debate.
Yeah,
we've
it's like a
had.
really stupid
Yeah, my
argument.
bad.
Yeah, I can be wrong. I don't really care. Go ahead. We've had a lot of fighting today.
This
Yeah.
is-
This last segment though, I've enjoyed this little.
The little shoot the shit.
I
know
was
you-
actually
I
gonna
know-
call it a shit shoot. Absolutely.
I know you love your shit shoots.
I do love a little
Yeah.
shoot chat. you know?
How much have we been swearing on this pod?
A lot. You used to opened up with dickhead.
Oh.
So
Oh.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we trying to level that down a little bit? I
not,
reckon.
not
Oh, no,
crazy.
we are. I
I'm
think
trying to
we
stay
are.
authentic,
Hmm.
and I don't swear that.
You can express
much.
your emotions without having
That's
to
a
swear.
That's a good
It
point.
gets to a point where like every sentence,
Then it just becomes like a little
Crazy.
childish, you know?
Especially when
and
I.
then the edit is a headache too.
Oh yeah. That don't get me started on the edit.
Oh.
Having to
When
bleep
did I
this
say
guy out.
dickhead? When did,
You
We
said
were
that
talking about
you
the
called
Sidemen
me.
game, which we haven't spoke about yet. If you guys want to talk
No,
about it.
I don't. We don't need to talk.
Okay, good.
I honestly, I just want to shout out the Sidemen for being like, this might be really D-Rider-ish, but genuinely, I want to shout them up for just being like inspirations to the YouTube scene, to the content creator scene, because what they're doing is like generational,
Paving
and
the
it's
way, bro.
fantastic. And they're doing it
Paving
for
the way.
charity. This is like their 7th event. They went from 15,000 stadium to the biggest stadium in England, Wembley. Like it's ridiculous.
Was it sold out?
Yeah,
It was.
ridiculous. They raised like almost $5 million for charity.
That's 10 mil Canadian.
It's like they deserve the absolute world. We've all been watching them for
Yeah.
however long.
Yeah.
Like,
And fuck Joey Barton.
yeah, that was weird.
What do you do? Who's Joy Barton?
The Everton
Go to
player,
the group chat.
old Everton player. And shout out
More of a
Prime.
QPR guy in my mind.
Shout out Prime.
What do
Did
you
he play for Everton? He did, right?
I believe so. Oh, Blake, you just had some good ball knowledge. Don't ruin it now. But you saw what I sent. It was past that. It was his tweet about the Sidemen charity match.
Oh, maybe not. He didn't play for Everton. My bad.
It was it this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't read that out, please. But yeah, he had some crazy comments
Oh my
about the
goodness.
Sidemen
He was a man.
charity match.
He managed, eh?
Yeah, he did manage.
He managed
very poorly, but yeah.
Fleetwood Town and Bristol
Fleetwood
Rovers.
Town. Wow, that's the height of football.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, shout out the Sidemen. Truly paving the way.
Mhm.
Inspiration to
Why
many.
is Joey
Genuine.
Barton so mad?
I don't know.
Because I guess these nobodies to him.
He's
these
an older guy.
nobodies
He's an
are
older
getting,
guy who
Who's
doesn't.
the
are getting to play
big fat effer in the bandana?
chunks.
Really? He might be just racist, for being honest.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, white English dude.
Yeah. Fits the description, isn't it?
He fits the profile.
Yeah.
He fits the profile. I'll saying the R word a bunch too.
Mhm.
That is
Yeah.
a line I will not cross.
There you go.
There you go.
But yeah,
All
no.
right.
Shout out, Sidemen. Big up.
Shout out. And I
Invite
think
us
that's
to the
gonna,
charity match.
I think that's gonna do it for the pod, pretty much.
FPL
Besides
roundup?
that,
We can do
we should do a
I
little
can do it.
FPL roundup. I also
done
want
it
to give a quick shout out to Juventus losing 4-0. I'm sorry, Naps wasn't here. This would have really been.
This would have been a good
for
Naps episode.
Mm.
It would
It
have.
would have been.
Yeah.
Because he has all that to complain about. But
We should have asked him.
it's okay. We should have asked him.
Should've.
Anyways, maybe Thursday.
He's not in Champions League, so maybe not.
You can talk about the Italian teams.
Well, we got 3 of us. It's okay.
We're gonna on Thursdays. It's just gonna be Champions League roundup, right? Why
Yeah.
not?
Probably
Nothing
a quicker pod.
crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Same
and then
thing
after
as,
that,
same thing as last Thursday. I like those Thursday.
Yeah,
pods.
me too.
Is there football coming up this next weekend, or is after Champions League's international break?
Couldn't tell you.
No, there's football this weekend.
There is football this
Next
weekend.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Champions
There is.
international break is next week or the week after that. I mean,
Okay, so we'll still have football to talk about next week, and the week
Mhm.
after that is
the underrated 11.
the international sillies again.
Mhm.
Mm, valid.
We'll do something. We'll do some kind of format around that.
Who do Portugal play in this international break?
You think I know the answer to that question? That is so funny.
It's the UEFA Nations League quarterfinals, so I would hope you do. As you know, they expanded into quarterfinals this year.
Okay, can I FPL roundup now?
Denmark. I didn't know who France played. So.
Denmark.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy Hoyland forgot to do him dirty. Ronaldo will still start, and I'm gonna be so mad, dude. I'm gonna be so mad. Anywho,
Go ahead, Blake.
whoop. Go on.
I'm just gonna cut this at the end of the day because that's a lot of words. Okay, FPL roundup coming in last. Surprisingly, is macaroni and cheese.
It is. It is.
I'm gonna do this quick. I'm gonna be honest. You guys dragged this on way too long.
Sometimes it's warranted.
Nah, dude. It
No,
is
because
warranted.
again,
Sometimes
the
it's
prem
warranted.
sucks, and so does FPL. Dino Henderson with 10
I don't
points.
wanna
Great
look at
shout from you.
Thank you. He's been a staple in the team.
And that's about it. Besides Salah and Watkins.
Just before you move on, as you know,
This has to happen.
as
Okay.
you know, and as mentioned last week, the manager was in Cancun for the kind of the Champions League break. So he came back kind of late, kind of jet lagged, and he just knee jerked it. He saw Palmer played Leicester, and he saw that Leicester was a team that conceded a lot of goals. He saw Salah's performance over the Champions League break,
Mhm.
knows that he didn't play the best, so he decided to put the captaincy on Palmer, which heavily disappointed. But he'll be back next week with a little tan. Other than that, nothing more to say. Just a poor knee jerk captaincy there.
Still got Isaac to play,
Yep, Isak.
as well as Mr.
Isak.
Roll of the Dice, also as Isaac.
Isak.
Mr. Isak. You know where that's from? Mr.
No.
Isak. Anyway.
No idea.
Still has Isaac to play. 9 points from João Pedro. We got a 30-pointer with the captaincy from Mo Salah. And other than that, a whole lot of blanks besides a Justin Kluivert assist. Roll the dice.
What's going on with your keepers there?
How are we feeling?
What is happening with your keepers there?
You have
Why the
Vladimir Larson? What?
Why the fuck did I bring in Emmy Martinez?
You brought him in?
You're
didn't play a minute.
disgraceful.
No, not this week. Couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Disgraceful.
Why
Why
did
did
you
you
play him
ever
in
bring
this
him in?
I have no idea.
He's mistake prone too.
Because Villa had great fixtures, and I
Yes, my opinion.
committed to the blank. So
Okay.
Okay.
or to the free hit, I should say.
Um.
It's a short term punt, didn't work out. I'm starting to get really rogue with my FPL decisions.
As you should.
I need to, because if I make good moves, but he does the good moves, the same moves, then
You're actually
doesn't
not that
matter.
far back as I thought.
what is it? It is
50?
70.
70?
That's
Yeah.
It's a gap.
yeah.
You're doing better than last year.
Still got some chips to play.
Yeah.
Still got,
Yeah.
got some chips to play. You never know.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Shia Batty Shield, 60-pointer,
There's
third place.
No energy.
No energy.
I
No
don't.
energy from this.
Ever since the resignation.
I resigned. I mean, I'm like, I did have a bit of a talk with the board. I'm like, I'm still under contract, and we actually have talked about it.
Some media obligation still.
Yeah, and we have talked about
No.
they do like the prospect of me, coming on again next season.
Got you.
With obviously different stipulations. I'm gonna be under a very tight watch.
I'm sure the contract will slightly go down.
Yeah.
I saw.
But it was a good. I mean, honestly, he didn't change the team up much. Besides Digne on the bench, it was a great week. João Pedro, Raul with 9 and 8 respectively.
Mhm.
Salah, captain.
Who on the bench?
Digne with a
Digne
with a
in
6.
big 2025.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, I brought him. I couldn't tell you how long ago I brought him in, but anyway. And then, Miles Alberga, no
Oh,
Mr.
no.
Rice guy, got a 77, but he uses triple captain. So let's
Right.
Oh,
On Isak?
really?
no
On Salah?
Salah.
I should have done that.
Oh,
you know,
damn, he cooked then.
Yeah.
because you know what? I don't know when to play that chip.
Still
Yeah,
has Isak to play. Dino Henderson Dwello again. Konza with a 7-pointer.
We're still putting Waneri in our lineups here, guys. What are we doing?
Again, mine was more of a, but fair enough. And other than that, not terrible. I do want to say, although I've been doing very bad in FPL, I am now like 5 million. No, but I was like 8
He's
million.
climbing.
No,
He's
no.
climbing.
But see, again, this is rude because
Dude.
I'm trying to show you that I've
Okay,
gone
I'm
up,
very
and
proud
then
of you,
no,
Blake.
and then you shove it under the rug, which is fine. I deserve it. No, it wasn't rude. I deserve it. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible manager. I'm a terrible person. I don't deserve anything. Love you both.
This upcoming week in FPL is a very interesting one because a bunch of teams don't have a game.
Mhm.
So from an FPL perspective, some people have been kind of planning out their transfers for weeks just to ride through to then wildcard in 30 or 31.
Planning
And
out their
some-
transfers for weeks.
This
Oh,
guy
yeah.
has.
I have been.
That's what I'm saying.
but
guys.
not
I can't-
because I'm gonna ride it out. I do need to hit my free hit.
That's what I'm saying, guys. Like
So you've been planning out too,
Have I?
have you?
I love that from you.
Definitely have.
That just you definitely haven't.
No, I
That
haven't.
just shows your class as a manager.
Thank
I
you.
love that.
Thank
Hey,
you.
you could ride it out. How many transfers do you have?
4?
See, sexy.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
Jesus, bro.
Thank you.
how?
All right, take us home, Drew.
All right, everybody. This has been another episode of the 6ixYardBox podcast. How long did we go for?
Not bad.
R15?
75 minutes.
Probably it's
Not bad.
probably like an hour 5 because
Yeah.
we chatted for a bit at the beginning.
We did.
See you Thursday, Blake?
Sure. Tentatively.
Tentative.
I'm not seeing Blake Thursday.
Nah, I'll be there. Maybe.
It's a maybe, guys. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. Anyways, everybody, this has been another episode of the 6ixYardBox podcast. We hope you all enjoyed. And with that being said, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, do all of that. I'm really making an effort now to say that at the end
Yeah,
of
it's
the
good.
video.
I've
I
noticed that.
feel like I'm really in my YouTube bag right now.
Yeah, I've noticed.
And you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Put the 5 stars down.
any of those, put those 5 stars down and tell us if Rodrigo or Saka is better.
Okay, we out.
See ya, everybody.
Yeah.